I wanted to tell you about another Beach Boys concert that I went to. It's probably my last story about the Beach Boys concert, so I saved it to last because I think it's the most interesting Beach Boys concert that I went to. This concert happened in Cumming, Georgia, June 11th, 1983, long before I lived in the area as I do now. This was at the Lanierland Music Park, which mainly had country acts perform, so the Beach Boys were a little bit out of the norm. At the time of the concert, I lived in Florida, but I liked to come up to the area to visit friends as I had lived just a little south of Atlanta for a few years. So me and a dear friend went up to the show, which was pretty much the standard Beach Boys show of the early 80s, except for Carl did What You Do to Me from his second solo album, and they did Runaway, the Del Shannon cover. What was cool about this show was after the show. We weren't in a hurry to leave after the show, so we kind of hung around to let the traffic get on out of the parking lot and out of the way before we decided that we'd head on out. Leaning against my car, we noticed a helicopter coming in, flying in right in our direction. And it got closer and closer. And yeah, it landed right in a field by the parking lot that we were in. So we walked up to the fence to see what was going on. And sure enough, I think it was a couple of limousines drive out to the helicopter, which we figured what was going on. But yes, the Beach Boys pop out, and they weren't, but 20, 30 yards away from us in this helicopter after we had walked up to the fence. And what was really cool is how much fun they all seemed to be having with each other. Just looked like regular pals, really enjoying each other's company, laughing and making jokes, and I couldn't really hear what they were saying. But they even waved over at us, and I'm sure we could have gone and autograph hounded them, but I don't really care about autographs, so I just took it in because, I've heard so much about all the animosity between the Beach Boys, and what I saw looked like good friends enjoying each other's company. And it was really nice to see. And so they did hang out there for a little while and kept laughing, and eventually they piled into the helicopter, which seemed like a lot of guys getting into that helicopter. It was a pretty big helicopter, but so off the helicopter went, and they flew off towards what I guess was Atlanta International Airport. It was really nice to see, and I hope that I can get a thumbs up on this story from you, and I hope you'll check out the other Beach Boys concert stories and maybe even subscribe. What the heck. Thanks for listening. Starting out with something new soon.